This is for Gary. Hi-ya! All right, more integer word problems. So I'm going to start out by talking about what multiplication actually means. Right? What is multiplication? When I say 3 times 7, or 3 times 7 written that way, or 3 times 7 written that way, or 3 times 7 with a star. There's a lot of ways to write multiplication in algebra. Right? But they all mean the same thing. 3 times 7 means 7 plus 7 3 times. Like that. So that's the meaning of that. So second example, if I said negative 5, right, times 4, what is that trying to say? What is that actually equal? Ben?
Negative 20.
Okay, but I want it just kind of spelled out like this.
It's kind of saying negative 5 added 4 times.
Added 4 times. That's exactly what it's saying. Right? That's all that means. Now, which one would you rather write? This or all of this? If you're like most people, I think, you'd rather go with this kind of shorter, simplified version. Right? And it also gets a lot easier to do. Imagine if you tried to write out this. 254 times 1. As a multiplication problem, that's not very hard, right? But if we were to write it the way that I just showed you, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, right? 254 times. That would take a really long time to solve. I'm off the camera. I'm not very good at this recording thing. Okay.
Cameraman.
254. So in other words, multiplication is a simplification, right? It's a shorter way of writing something. So when we start to see that in integer word problems, there's a few ways that it might kind of look. The first one would be a problem like this. What if I said, Luca buys 16 candy bars. Right? Each candy bar costs 25 cents.
I don't have any.
25 cents for each candy bar. Right? So then let's say if he has add $5, how much will he have? So we could think of this, okay, he spends 25 cents 16 times. So minus 25, minus 25, right, minus 25, 16 times. Or we could think of it as 16 times negative 25, or 0.25. I think that's probably the easier way for most people to do this problem. So over here on the side, we can do 16 times 0.25. Do I need to line up my decimal?
Yeah. No.
No, I don't. Why not? Because I'm multiplying, right? It doesn't matter when I'm multiplying. 5 times 6 should be 30. 5 times 1 plus 3 is 8. 2 times 6 should be 12. Carry the 1. 2 times 1 plus 1 should be 3. So I have 0, 0. 4, 2 decimal places. So it's going to be negative $4. And if he started with $5, $5 minus $4, you'll have $1. Now, if we were to write that whole thing out to start with, it would have looked like this. He had $5. We subtract 16 times 25 cents, or $0.25, right? This would have been the full kind of number sentence for this problem. I think, though, a lot of us, the way we think about these problems isn't necessarily to spell it out like this at first, but to kind of do it in pieces, right? I'm guessing a lot of you thought of doing it the same way I did, multiplying the 16 times the 0.25 and then subtracting it from 5. And that's what this is telling us to do, but this is just giving the whole kind of equation first, the whole statement of the problem. All right, let's move on to another type of problem. So my answer to this would be he has, or he will have, $1 left over.
Look, you really like candy bars.
Maybe he's the secret elf.
Don't get any ideas all over.
Done.
Okay,
I bet the secret.
Just because I did.
the other word I want to talk about is average.
What?
Average. Another word for average is what? Mean.
Oh, this one.
Average or mean. Okay? This means if we sum something up and divide by how many. But I'm just going to give an example. I'm not going to go into the definition of it for today. So if we said, who wants to start on this one? Anna. Spent $27 over Labor Day weekend.
Wow.
You spent your stuff on it.
How much did she spend each day on average?
Oh, I know how to do this one.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of do it just because I'm making the video, but it's awesome that you guys are already jumping to how to do it and how to solve it. So Labor Day weekend is how many days?
1, 3. Oh.
3 days. If we count Labor Day plus Saturday and Sunday. So we have $27 is the total. So to find out the average, we divide by the number of days. 27 divided by 3. So the average here would be $9 per day. Now, it doesn't mean that she spent $9 each day, right? We don't know that for sure, but we do know that if we averaged the total she spent over 3 days, it would be $9 on average. On the homework, you're going to see problems like this combined with what we were talking about the other day, negative numbers. right? So you'll see things like the stock market fell $5 over 5 days.
It fell $60.
Right. So that, right, that's the actual problem. So fell indicates what? A negative number. Just like we talked about those words the other day. Right? The words that mean negative numbers. Yeah.
Yesterday on yesterday's video, the sound wasn't working too well. So
The sound was hard to hear?
yeah.
Okay. Thanks for letting us know. Check this one, and if it's not better, then, I mean, at this point, we made the video. But let us know if it's not getting better. Okay.